Hi, I'm back. I'm Jill with Copycat Crafts by Jill, and this is definitely a copycat from Camelia Crafts Designs. Julie, love your channel, Julie. Um, she did this probably about a year ago, but I like to bring back slightly older ones, older videos, and do copycats of them because I think if they're a good project and they're a year, 2 years, sometimes older, it's nice to bring them back into the headlights and do it. And that is what this is. It's a really quick folio type. I don't know, just little thin folio. She did it out of a like one sheet wonder, with a 12 by 12 Tim Holtz paper. I have very little Tim Holtz 12 by 12 paper left, so I wanted to find alternative ways and to do that, I went searching. I searched high and low, and it's really hard not only to find Tim Holtz style paper in a 12 by 12, since Tim Holtz no longer makes 12 by 12, and then have it double-sided on top of it. I was just having a hard time. So I ended up on Etsy, where I found a digital kit from My Porch Prints. I don't know if you can see that, My Porch Prints. I will put a link to her shop and a link to this digital kit. Now, I have printed out the digital kit I don't know, maybe 4 times. So you don't get like 40 sheets. You get, I believe it's 10. I could be wrong a little bit. I believe you get 10 sheets. And then you get an 11th with these file folders. Now what I did was, on some of them, not too many actually, on some of them, I printed on one side and then I flipped it over and printed it on the other side because I wanted two-sided, double-sided paper. I also found that with the file folders, I did the same. I printed, and then this was from a different kit. I don't know from whom, but I wanted to put a color on the back. I do have a dark cream color I could have printed on. I didn't. So, yep. And I'm not really, I just wanted to, I mean, I bought this kit. I don't get, I'm not here selling because they gave me anything. I bought this kit. I really like this kit. It's very Tim Holtz-ish. I was just trying to find some of the double-sided ones, but I think I did use I was using them because I was having a play, and I actually want to take these back in and double print on them as well, because I did this. We don't need double printed, but that's what I made this out of at any rate. So let's open it up and I'll give you a quick it's super simple. I think she has it down in like 6 minutes. She gets it done. Of course, I take like 46 minutes, but I'm me. I didn't decorate any of it. I just made it. Just plain. So you can decorate it. You can use any papers. I used cardstock from Walmart. It says it's heavy duty. Well, that's a different video. I used cardstock from Walmart that I buy in a big pack with like, I don't know, 50 or 100 pieces in it, whatever it is. And it said it was heavy duty, but I like it heavier, dutier. And this is the inside. Let me see if I have some sort of card-ish. Of course, you never have one when you need one, right? All right, let's just grab a Halloween one. Just want to show you, there's a pocket here. This is a belly band. This is a deeper pocket, and this is a shorter pocket. And then, of course, the long pocket. Whoop, the long pocket here. I didn't decorate anything on the outside or on the inside, but that's what it is. Now, I put this on, and I accidentally got it in the wrong spot. I was thinking something different. I would put it in back in a little bit, but this, you don't need that. Julia didn't do that, so you wouldn't need that. I just winged it. Okay, so anyway, this is the papers. That's one of my favorites. Anyway, I wanted to give you a heads up as to what I was using, and it is a digital from My Porch Prints. They were on sale last night when I bought it, or yesterday when I bought it. It was on sale, so you may want to go check that out. For me, because these aren't 12 by 12, and as you can see, I printed them out with a border because I don't know how to not do that on my printer. And I only have my phone, so I printed them with a border, and I had to cut the border off. When I cut the border off one side and I turned it around, I still had the border on the other side. And this, by the way, is just regular, 8.5 by 11. That's what this is. I can leave that there because when I cut this, it's going to cover that. So if you are doing the same thing, you don't have to cut that part off. All the rest you do, but you don't have to with that. So I'm leaving that little tiny bit on. The other thing I wanted to remind everyone is, let me just bring this back, is if you're ever using a tab or even close to the edge of the paper and you're worried that your hole, even if you're putting an eyelet in, an eyelet can still rip through the side of your paper. Let me take this string out. So you can see how close I have that. Normally, I wouldn't even attempt that because it's just too close, and over time that's going to just rip through. But thanks to Corey Dahman, who taught me this doing her copycat, me doing a copycat of her certain journals with her envelopes. She puts in I think VTech paper. Now you can buy that. I don't know what it costs, because what I had was a VTech envelope, and you can tell a VTech envelope because it is super hard. I don't know if you can rip it. It doesn't really rip. And if you've ever gotten something shipped to you in a VTech envelope, don't throw it away. Keep the envelope, which is what I did. This is a brand new one, not using that. This is a little piece because it will last forever. One envelope. If you keep it, you get it in the mail with something shipped to you, take out and save it because it will last you a very long time. And what I ended up doing was, let me get a little, sorry if that's loud, let me get a little, you can't do it with ones like this, obviously, but you wouldn't be putting a hole in them, but it would be more like a tab like this. Okay, what I do is cut a little piece shorter. Let me show you. Let me see if that's it. No, it's still a little shorter because this stuff is really like slippery, really slippery. So I'm not too sure how I'll glue, but if you cut it to fit with a little bit of a border all the way around, You can punch right through it. You don't have to, so it could be a little bit bigger, but I like to leave plenty of paper so that when I close it, so I would glue that down. Then when you fold it in half, glue around, make sure you have a border of paper to hold the glue, and then that will not rip through. Your hole will not rip through. Even if you put an eyelet through, no eyelet, doesn't matter. It will not rip through. So just a little Corey Dummon hack. Just thank you, Corey. Okay, so like I said, I double printed. I cut off the border. This side, you want to make sure you don't do it this way, because then you will have to cut that off. You want to make sure that whichever way you're putting your paper, this part is going to be covered by the long pocket. I guess if you end up by accident doing it this way, you would want to put your long pocket on that side. A fix for everything. A fix for everything. I ink. Surely you do not have to. There's plenty of people who no longer ink, but I ink. So I like to go like this to ink straight edges. I don't have to ink the inside of that because it's going to get covered. Some of these will get covered, but for now, I'm just going to ink pretty much everything. Oh, and round corners. You can round the corners if you're going to round the corners. Now is when you would round the corner. So if this is going to be your front, like this is on mine, I did round the corners there. So you would round the corners. I'm not going to round the corners on this one. And just to show you a different look, since I already have one with the rounded corners, I'm going to do both sides. And there's a reason for that. Well, not only because you're going to see it, but as you can see, I'm using a dollar outlet where you get 2 in a pack cutting boards, flexible cutting boards. And what I found is when I do my inking like this, of course, there is just doing that, the cover side of it. Okay. Oh, no, it's not the back. As you can see, you end up with a lot of ink on your mat. So what I did for this one, you probably, I don't know if you can kind of tell because this is a different paper, but what I did, once I scored it, which we'll get to, I sprinkled water on this and scooted it around and did dunk my paper in it. So it's kind of a 2 birds with 1 stone type of thing. Don't want to waste that ink, I guess. So that's one way to use that ink if you like that look. And you don't have to do it right away. You can wait and do it way later on a different project, but use it. Okay, so we know this is going to be our side that we're going to cover. So this is going to be our flap. It's like this. So this is going to be our cover flap. This folds in, and we definitely want the side that folds in shorter and not hinder our cover. On this one, my cover is ever so slightly longer, so, and I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me. You can actually even make it longer so that you can put a tab on it and put the tab in further, but you do you. For me, I scored at 3 5/8, and then I scored another 3 5/8. So let's see where that brings us. Okay, so I scored at 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. believe that's where I scored. So let's make sure our end is right there, and we're going to score. If that's wrong, we'll make it work anyway. Okay, then we do from that score another, just trying to find where I did my score, 3 5/8. So from here, 1 2 3, and then 1 2 3 4 5 8, right? Yes, 5/8. Just looking at my paper. 5/8. Did I just 3 1 2 3 4 5 5/8? Yes. Then if you move that mark to a score mark, now you can go 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4 5 5/8. Okay. Now your size paper may be different. Maybe you have 12 by 12. I am going to link Julie's video, and since she uses a 12 by 12 sheet, if you have a 12 by 12, you're going to want to skip on over there and watch her video on the 12 by 12. But if you're like me and you're limited on your 12 by 12s, then we're doing the same project with 1.5 sheet of regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock. If you don't, if you have the scrapbooking paper that's really paper, one-sided, but it's thick, you can always glue that. We're going. I'm inking both sides of the score because, one, I want you to be able to see it clearly, and two, because I want to be able to see it clearly, because I don't normally have the greatest eyesight. Okay. Now, for me, I can keep track of which side is what because I know I'm covering that. So I know this got to fold in, and it has to be shorter than my score mark, and this folds over. And again, it's probably no, it's pretty even. Okay, great. All right. Here again is from her my porch prints. I did not double side print it because I don't need to. I'm just gluing it down, but I do want to ink it. So I'm going to use this side as my long thin pocket. So I want to ink the outside of this pocket here. I'm just going to ink the bottom as well. And you can pick whatever size you want your pocket to be. But it has to cover that white mark. Just in case I do miss the mark, I guess I should put a little bit of ink on there so that if anything isn't quite aligned, it won't be quite as noticeable. Okay, Distress ink is to my projects what bacon is to my cooking. Hide every sin with bacon. Okay, so I think 1 3/4 is what my long pocket is. 1 3/4. So you can make it a thicker pocket, or wider, I should say. You can make it. You don't even have to make one long pocket. You can make two. You can divide this one, make it 2. You do what you want to do. But I do want to put a notch in it. So let's see about what we got. It should be less than. Okay, it's 8, so we want to go with 4. We want to go with 4. And it just has to be sort of centery. doesn't have to be. Okay, now I'm gonna apologize for the sound already, because this is how when I use this to make a notch, I want to be able to see, so I put the button on the bottom and press on it, get my notch. Okay, now we'll do this. Now, obviously I used a lot of the same paper, and it may be color. You may choose to totally, oh, I forgot to size it, so let's do that now. Haha, mouth runneth over. But this is truly a very quick and easy project, that if you were going to just, okay, put a little more ink on that end now. If you were going to just want to spend an afternoon with getting something done but not having it be stressful, there, so that's where that will get glued. Okay, we're not going to glue that right this second, we're moving on. Okay, so this piece here, I want one pocket and then one belly band, just like in this one. We have a small pocket and a belly band, then we have a tall pocket and a small pocket. So let's see, because this side is, okay, I may have to trim that down a little bit, but I'm just trying to measure. This pocket here does not go all the way down to here, because that would be a waste of our paper. It stops like right under here, so really all we need is, let's spin this around. So to do that pocket, we really only need a piece about this long. Then from there to here, about this long. So this pocket, this will be for this pocket, this will be for this pocket. Now we have for this pocket, and that's what we have left for the belly band. So right there, 1.5 sheet, 1.5 sheet. So one sheet of this did 2 of these, because that's what I used in this one, and that's what I'm using here. So I'll just leave that there. We'll be needing that. Let's put that aside and cut on our marks. Okay, our big pocket. Let's see, I think this is one I'm gonna have to trim, right? Yes, I will, but I don't think I actually have to trim that, do I? Guess I could trim it a little, but this definitely needs trimmed. All right, I'm gonna pick the side, obviously, that I didn't ink, and I just don't know if I can take a hair off it with this cutter. Okay, let's try. Oh, I still need my scissors. I didn't want to press hard, because if I press hard, I end up kinking the paper. But when I don't press hard enough, I end up not cutting through the paper. Oh, I still need this because I have to cut all my pieces, which I cut my marks off. So we're going to remark it. Although, to be honest, I wasn't paying attention if this was right side up, and I really do want it right side up. So now that I know it's right side up, let's mark it. Okay, our first piece should be cut about down to here. Then we put that up here, and we mark it down to here. Then this one goes to here. All right, and that will be our belly band. So let's trim on those marks. Just trying to get my, see, I'm not quite square there. Okay, belly band. Pocket underbelly band. And our big pocket and the pocket under it. Okay. I think we're done with that. Okay, so now we have, just trying to see which way I want it. I guess I want it this way and this way. Now these two, I want to put the notch in. So let's find center-ish. I believe that's center-ish. I hope this cuts through too. Sort of, it does. We have two in the same place, and it will go like that. So let's ink it so we can tell. I don't think we need that. Let's ink it. Then I did learn that you still want to do the edges, and I sometimes forget that, but you still definitely want to do the whites of the edges. I just like to bring my ink in further into my piece, and I hate to continuously flick the paper. It gets on my nerves. So, like, all right, here is the next pocket, and we want to find, okay, so we're going to go with 5 and 1. Okay, go with 3, I think. Yep, all right. Again, one more time. Oop, did I move? Okay, pick it up. This was such a cute project. So if you have the time and you have the 12 by 12, even if you don't, go watch Julia make this project. She's a hoot. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay. Now, with all that ink on there, that is what you can sprinkle water on and use it on paper to make more splattered paper. But I don't want to do that here. So I only want this to come up a ½ inch, not much more than that, a little more than that, but not much. And then put this down. Make sure we have it lined up. Do I have it lined up? Let's see if I have it lined up. Yep, I think that's pretty good. That's where that will go. This one goes down here. So let's glue this one in first. Hope I'm on screen. I got a new stand to put my camera phone, it's really my phone, on, and between the lighting. Okay, and let's put the long one on and get that covered up. Let me pick this up. I always over glue. I'm always afraid it's going to come crackling off, and I don't want that. And I always over glue in the corners. It's my MO. Okay, looks good to me. All right, let's get this lined up. About there. About there. Just want to make sure I'm not over. Am I over? Nothing ink won't fix, right? Whoop. Yep, probably a little over up there because I'm a little short down here. Feels good. Okay. Now my belly band. Remember, we didn't glue that on yet. So our belly band. Isn't this just the cutest? Did I do that? Does it not look like I did that? Okay, which way is up? This way is up. That doesn't look like I caught it. Good enough. I think it's an adorable project. You could pick how high or low. There's no written, like mine, a little bit lower, so that whatever I stick in there. Okay, everything still closes. Okay, now we'll go to this one. You don't want to glue that shut, because whatever goes in here, you want it to be able to go all the way down, all the way down. So you only glue the ends. Get this. All right, just want to make sure. Don't want the white edges showing, so okay. The last piece to put on. We will have such a cute little, I think she calls it a folio. But it's adorable. It is fast and easy. I usually make it look a little harder than what it is. That's just me. Okay, put that in. Put it up. And there you have it. I should have used probably a little bit more of a contrasting paper, but right now I'm just in love with these papers, so had to use them, There you go. I would, just let it lay flat and completely dry. This one got all bendy because I did what I said, and I squirted water on that before I put any of the pockets on. I squirted water, and then I smeared it around, and then I just left it sit. All this, that's from this. And then I just left it sit and dry. It's dry, but it dried wavy. I could actually, before I put this on, I should have put a big heavy book on it for a little while or ironed it, but I didn't. In my rush, in my haste, I wanted to see what it would look like. And that's what it looks like. Now I have this one. Aren't they cute? Aren't they adorable? And you don't have to make them this tall. This is actually close to the almost 8 inches. So You don't have to make them that tall. You can actually make them a little bit shorter, and then you'd even have extra. But 1.5 pieces of paper, and you have the cutest little thing. So that's my video. Again, I'll put all the links below, and right before I go, I just want to say I'm sorry about my links with Westbound Pony. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. I was up last night, half the night, trying to rework links. All my other links work. I went back to old videos with Westbound Pony links, and even those links aren't working. I can't figure it out if it's a YouTube thing, if it's a Jill thing, is it a Facebook thing. No matter how I try to put the link on, it only takes you to her like profile page. If you click on the link and it takes you to her profile page, there's a button there that says message. If you message her, I think she'd be able to send you her shop link. I really don't want anyone to miss out on the discount she's offering. And I don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna stay on it, but I just don't understand. So bear with me. If you can, message her from my link if you can. She also sells on eBay under the same name, but if you message her from eBay, you don't, the discount is not through eBay. So if you message her through eBay, she may be able to help you with the Facebook account so that you get the discount. Also, make sure you let her know and say Jill sent me, so she knows that it is from this side, and she isn't just doesn't know about the discount. I believe that's how you would get the discount, is by saying Jill sent me. Again, I apologize. It's hugely embarrassing because I just can't figure it out, and I don't even have anyone who could help me figure it out. And I don't have a computer. I only have my phone. So I have the HPTT, whatever it is in front of it. You see, when you see the link, it's there. And it does take you to her profile. So I don't understand why it's not going directly to her shop. Don't understand it. Anyway, so please accept my apologies. Westbound Pony, please accept my apologies. I am working on it, I promise you. Anyway, that's it for today. And if you skip on over to Julie, tell her Jill sent you. Tell her I said hi. Okay, well, happy crafting and hugs.